So we talked about MCP servers as a way to give Claude access to external tools. Now let's talk about another way to extend Claude: skills. What are skills? Skills are sets of instructions that teach Claude how to handle specific tasks. Think of them as little cheat sheets you give to Claude. Here's how I want you to do this particular thing. A lot of people get confused between skills and MCP servers, but these are two different things. MCP servers give Claude access to external services like GitHub or a database. Skills teach Claude how to do something: a workflow, a pattern, a process. Let me give you a few examples. Let's say you want Claude to follow a few steps before deploying your application. Instead of writing those steps in your prompt every single time, you can create a skill for that. Or let's say you want Claude to generate API documentation following your team's format. Again, you can create a skill for that, so you don't have to type the instructions every single time. As another example, let's say you want Claude to write unit tests in a specific way, using a particular testing library, following a naming convention, and structuring the test files in a certain way. Again, instead of repeating yourself over and over, you can create a skill and teach Claude how to create tests for you. So anytime you find yourself typing the same instructions over and over, it's time to turn that into a skill. Now let's see how we can create a skill. We can ask Claude to help us. So here we can say create a custom skill called deploy. Let's say when deploying our application, there are a few steps you want to follow. So here we can say when deploying, we should run all tests first. Then we should build the production bundle and push to the staging area. Let's see what happens. All right, so Claude created this file, deploy.md, that is in this path, .claude/skills. This is currently part of my project. Sometimes Claude might create this file inside your home directory, so pay close attention to the output here to see where that markdown file is created. Now, this file is actually not in the right directory. Let me show you what I mean. So here inside .claude, we should have a directory called skills. Now for each skill, we should have a separate directory. So let's create a new folder or directory here called deploy. And then we move this markdown file right here. Now if Claude created this file inside your home directory, just grab that file and put it here. Next, we should rename this file to capitalskill.md. Okay, so here's a markdown file. Let's preview it. Look, I've installed this extension called, let me show you. It's Markdown all-in-one. It's a very useful extension. Chances are you already have this on your machine. So with this extension, we can open any markdown files. Let's say our deploy file. We get this icon up here. Now let me collapse this so we can see things clearly. So here we have the instructions for deploying our application. This is just like a custom prompt. We have all the steps like run all tests using npm test, build the production bundle using this command. And of course, Claude just made this up. So in a real world scenario, we have to properly review and refine these steps. We also have a section for error handling, success output, and so on. Now that we have this skill file, we can use it like a slash command. So let's bring up the terminal. Here we have a command called skills. Let's run it. Currently, Claude cannot find this skill because we have to restart Claude. So escape, exit. All right. Now, if we run Claude, we are going to lose our conversation history, all the previous prompts. To get back to where we were, we use _resume. With this, we get a chance to go back to one of our previous conversations. So I want to get back to this state where we added a chart. All right, good. Now let's run skills. All right, look, we have a project skill called deploy. This is part of our project. So we're going to check this into our source control and we can share it with other team members. Now, how do we use this? Well, the name of the skill becomes the name of a custom slash command. So here we can type /deploy to run this skill. All right, look, now Claude wants to run our tests. We don't have any tests in this project, so I'm going to cancel. But that's the idea of creating custom skills.